Hey YouTube, I'm going to show you a quick setup guide for aftermarket subwoofers for your 2016 to 2017 Honda Accord Coupe. Now it might differ on the older models, but this is what I have done for my 2017. This is the EXL with the V6. So I got my power. I'm going to start off with the power wire here. So my power wire there comes back around here. Power wire loops around the seat. I went down under the seat, up through there. Now you could remove these panels, but I decided not to. And now, how to get your power wire to the front. This is the worst part, the most time consuming. There's a little rubber grommet up there, you can slide it through. And I took that rubber grommet piece out and I cut a hole in the middle of it so that the wire wouldn't be snagging on the metal, and so the wire wouldn't be getting shredded to bits. So next, move up to here. I had to remove my windshield wiper, this plastic piece, and this rubber piece right here. There's gonna be a very small crack down here. And what I use is a cut up coat hanger. I shaped it like a hook and I fished it out. And it took about an hour, some lots of trials and error, but I finally did get it through. And then a big tip when you're moving this wire through is to make sure you take this end piece off that connects the fuse, because I did lose mine in there and then I go buy a brand new fuse set. That was not fun. So take that off, maybe cut off the end of the wire so it doesn't snag at all. That's one of the biggest tips. Take that off, otherwise it's going to be that much more difficult to get through the crack, because the crack is maybe 2 to 4 inches. That's it. Got that hooked up, the battery there. I'll get down to the ground. Now the ground hookup's pretty easy. So the ground is right here. There's already a ground set up for you. Hold on 1 second. There's a ground set up right there. Should be able to see a goldish mount for that. All right, next, we're gonna move on to another part of the setup, which is using a line output converter. Now this is the model I have. It's a Scosche LOC 2SL. I realize I have that spelled wrong there. So there's a line output converter. So I connected it to the rear sub, and that's where you're gonna get your audio feed. So the vanilla wire is for positive, and the negative wire is obviously negative. The subwoofer, the original stock subwoofer, is still fully functional. There's no issues with it. So if these are different colors, a way you can test is hooking up a AA battery, and you'll know what's positive and negative when you hook them up, because the way it should work is the subwoofer should push up. So I have those wires connected up there. Now this is going to differ on the line output converter you get, but I have both the negatives and both the positives hooked up into one wire. So this has the blue remote wire that tells the system to turn on. Have that hooked up right here down to the amp. And also be sure to ground your line output converter. So this is the power, and the negative is right here, and I got them hooked up right here to the amplifier. And yeah, that after you install the RCA cables to get your audio feed, plug that in your amp, you should be good to go. Now one last subject I want to talk about is the ANC, the active noise control. Some people have feedback issues where their subs distort, or as soon as they start the car, they'll hear some feedback. And I'm not sure why, but my model does not have that. So I'm not sure if it's because it's a 2016 or 17, but I did not have to remove the ANC module under the stereo. I get no feedback, and it all works great. All right, guys, good luck.